Hello and welcome to Guess That Movie with Jeff Crabtree, Episode 3. I'm going to play movie clips and you try to guess the name. At the end of each clip, I will reveal the title. It's not going to be easy, but I'll try to give you clues along the way. Are you ready? Let's go!
I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doompa da dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. Gum chewing's fine when it's once in a while. It stops you from smoking and brightens your smile. But it's repulsive, revolting, and wrong. Chewing and chewing all day long.
All right. Let me give you some clues on this one, guys. A sweet boy from a poor family dreams of finding one of 5 golden tickets hidden inside chocolate bar wrappers, which will admit him to the eccentric and reclusive. I can't say the name because it's going to give it away, but it will admit him to a magical factory. Okay, this came out in 1971. Let's go. Let's watch the rest of it here.
The way that a cow does. Oompa loompa doompa dee da. Given good manners, you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa loompa doompa dee doo.
All right. You guys got any clues on this one? Now, some of you young people, this movie was done again with Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, but that song that you're hearing there is Everlasting Gobstoppers, Oompa Loompa. And the girl in this scene, okay, let me just go ahead and tell you this. This, of course, is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that came out in 1971. Okay. This film was redone in 2005. See, it was originally a children's novel by Roald Dahl, 1964 children's novel. And then 2 films were made. The sequel that Tim Burton made in 2005 is real interesting. But if you haven't seen the original has a magic that can never be duplicated. It's just the songs and everything. So if you haven't seen the original, just go. But this was a funny scene because the girl that you just saw blow up, she had eaten a piece of chewing gum that Willy Wonka gave her, and he told her it's a special piece of gum where you get you get a 3-course meal when you chew this gum. You go through the sensations of having 3 courses. And then in the last course, she said, oh, it's blueberry pie. But then she turned in, her name was Violet, so she turned into the color of violet. And that's why she was that big ball that they had to roll away, because she shouldn't have ate that gum. She was one of the kids that wouldn't listen. And so that scene scared me when I was little. I don't know if when you guys, that's pretty scary. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I don't know. It's
I'll get even with you for this walk. It's the last thing I ever do.
Let's go on the next.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Okay.
E-I-E-I-O.
No, this is Elf.
And on that farm he had some
What movie is it?
E-I-E-I-O. With a cluck cluck here, a cluck cluck there, loud as they could be. And when those chicks got out of line, chicken fricassee. With a cluck cluck here and a cluck cluck there, loud as they could be. And when those chicks got out of line, chicken fricassee. Hello, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some cows, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here, a moo-moo there, cattle everywhere. And when those cows got out of line, hamburger medium rare, with a moo-moo here, a moo-moo there.
All right. This was a 1967 musical comedy. Now, some people don't like these cheesy Elvis movies. I kind of enjoy them. I don't mind. I mean, like my parents, they don't like these. They like the original Elvis they grew up with in the 50s, and there was the rocker, you know, in leather, and was the cool guy. They don't dig this. And, you know, Elvis had a manager named Colonel Parker, and some people try to say Colonel Parker is responsible for putting Elvis in all these bad films. And because I think Elvis did try to do a couple serious films, but they didn't do very good. So, but I just read an article, and it said that Colonel Parker probably wasn't completely responsible, because I think Elvis realized he was making money with these types of films, and he didn't want to rock the boat and keep, you know, they would just, Colonel Parker and him just had a deal in Hollywood. They would just give them cash money for these things, but then they didn't have any control of what the movie was, but they didn't care. They just wanted to get the money. But, you know, Elvis did a bunch of these, and I think later on he regretted that maybe he didn't try a more serious movie career. But let's go on. I'll talk about it more at the end when I reveal it.
Cattle everywhere, and when those cows got out of line, hamburger medium rare. Bill McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O, with an oink-knock here and a oink-knock there, pigs everywhere in sight. And when those pigs got out of line, roasted beans at night, with an oink-knock here and a oink-knock there, pigs everywhere in sight. And when those pigs got out of line, roasted beans at night. I'm gonna have a one, E-I-E-I-O, and how do things McDonald's way, E-I-E-I-O, with a cluck-cluck here, a cluck-cluck there, a moo-moo here, a moo-moo there, a oink-knock here, and a oink-knock there, and I can promise you, those animals ever get out of line, we'll have a mulligan stew. Now how about you?
All right. This movie is called Double Trouble, 1967. And the song, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, goes all the way back to 1917. Composer Thomas D. Urphy. Just listen a little to this original. Wait, let me see. I guess it's not playing. I was trying to play the original. Right, listen to the original here. Right there. Wasn't that great? 1927. That's going back a ways with that. Well, let's continue. All right, let me give you some clues. This came out in 2005. Musical romance. The rise of country music legend Johnny Cash, played by Joaquin Phoenix, begins with his days as a boy growing up on the family farm, where he struggles under the scorn of his father, played by Robert Patrick. As the years pass, Cash ends up in Memphis, Tennessee with his wife, Vivian, played by Jennifer Goodwin, and breaks into the music scene after finding his trademark sound. While on tour, Cash meets the love of his life, singer June Carter, played by Reese Witherspoon, but Cash's volatile lifestyle threatens to keep them apart. Try to guess this, guys. All right. That film is called Walk the Line, 2005, the story of Johnny Cash. All right, I want to look at that song, Jackson, see what that's about. Jackson. I think Nancy Sinatra did this song too. I think this is, okay. I think this is 1967. Let me make sure. Okay, Jackson. Jackson is a song written in 1963 by Billy Ed Wheeler and Jerry Lieber and first recorded. Let me see what it says. First recorded by Wheeler. It is best known for two 1967 releases. I was right. A pop hit single by Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood, which reached number 14, and also June Carter and Johnny Cash recorded it. And it reached number 2 on the Billboard for them. All right, let's continue.
House of sand is an empty work of art. Or you can take a whole lot of sand and build a castle on the beach. And though you mold it and you plan, still you've got nothing in your reach. One little slip and it tumbles down. One wrong step and it crumbles all around. Like a house without love that's sure to fall apart. A house of sand is an empty work of art.
All right. I'm sorry I'm hitting you guys with these Elvis films because I know there's nobody out there that knows these. I mean, maybe if you're an old timer, but just try to enjoy what these are. They're pretty fun to watch. I mean, that's a dream for any singer. I mean, those are some pretty girls dancing there in bikinis, just nice and trim. And God, what singer wouldn't enjoy that? Okay, it's a 1966 musical comedy starring Elvis Presley. It was the third and final motion picture that Presley filmed in Hawaii. In agreeing to do this film, Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, was hoping to replicate the success of Presley's 1961 film, Blue Hawaii. However, it was not a hit, and Presley's career continued the downward spiral. So I guess this was not a hit, but just you guys got to try to guess the title. Let's continue.
A house of sand is an empty work of art. Or you can build a tower of clay. But if you ask my advice, well, it's worthless, I say. It's got no heart, it's cold as ice. One little slip and it tumbles down. One wrong step and it crumbles all around. Like a house without love, that's sure to fall apart. A house of sand is an empty work of art. A house of sand is an empty work of art. A house of sand is an empty work of art.
All right. That is Paradise Hawaiian Style. I think it's 1966 Paradise Hawaiian Style. Paradise, and that song is House of Sand, which fits perfect because they were building sand castles and then kicking them down at the end. All right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about this. Let's just move on.
Folks, may I have your attention? Ricky Nelson's going to sing I'm Walking.
I'm walking, yes indeed I'm talking for you and me, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. I'm lonely as I can be, and I'm waiting for your company, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. What you gonna do when the well runs dry? You're gonna run away and hide. I'm gonna run right by your side. For you, pretty baby, I'd even die. I'm walking, yes indeed I'm talking for you and me, and I'm hoping that you come back to me.
All right, this isn't a movie. I shouldn't even have this on here, but I'm the one who puts these clips together, and this is something I originally put on here, so I didn't take it off. But this, just, you guys try to guess anyway. This was a long-running sitcom, this TV show, and it epitomized the values of the 1950s and early 60s. And this kid right here singing is Ricky Nelson, and his parents were already famous before this show. His parents had a show on the radio. But the first episode of this TV series was in 1952. It came out in October, and then it went all the way to 1966. So this was 14 years this show went on. But let's continue. I'll talk at the end about Laura.
What you gonna do when the well runs dry? You're gonna run away and hide. I'm gonna run right by your side. For you, pretty baby, I'd even die. I'm walking, yes indeed I'm talking for you and me, and I'm hoping that you come back to me.
All right. This TV show is called The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. And that song, I'm Walking, was originally done by Fats Domino. That was 1957. And then Ricky Nelson did it, and I think he released it. But, you know, there was a lot of crossover hits back then. There'd be black artists, and then somebody white would do it and turn it into a hit. So, but, you know, it did well for Fats Domino, too. He had a hit with it, too. But, all right, let's go on.
That was great, Ricky.
Thanks.
I pushed my soul in a deep dark hole, and then I followed it in. I watched myself crawling out as I was crawling in. I got up so tight I couldn't unwind. I saw so much, I broke my mind. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
All right, I bet a lot of you have seen this. This came out in 1998. This has a lot of fans. Made $46 million at the box office. It's by Ethan Coen and Joel Coen, the Coen brothers. All their films are really well done. I mean, it's pretty rare if I don't like something they do. Okay, let me see. Let me just, I don't want to give away the name, but let me just try to step around this. It's Jeff, the dude, is mistaken for someone else with his same last name, which explains why he's roughed up and has his precious rug peed on. In search of, okay, the dude tracks down his namesake, who offers him a job. His wife has been kidnapped and he needs a reliable bagman. Aided and hindered by his pals Walter, a Vietnam vet, and Donnie, a master of stupidity. John Goodman was classic in this. This was, I mean, this has so many funny moments that were just ridiculously funny and just outlandish. But let's go on. Watch the thing. This is just, you know, we'll talk about the song too. But this is just really, I like these dream sequence type things.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
Someone painted April Fool in big black letters on my dead end sign. I had my foot on the gas as I left the road and blew out my mind. 8 miles out of Memphis and I got no spare. 8 miles straight up downtown somewhere. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. I said I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
All right, that was The Big Lebowski, 1998, and the song is Just Dropped In. That was actually the first hit for Kenny Rogers. I mean, that's a pretty cool song for Kenny to be singing. I mean, I like all Kennys, but later on he sang more love songs. But that I didn't even know that was him until I found that out a few years ago. But yeah, I think even Jerry Lee Lewis was originally going to do that in '67. He put it in his album, but then he didn't release it as a single. And then Kenny Rogers was in a band called The First Edition, and Kenny somehow got a hold of that song and told First Edition to do it with Kenny singing, and then it became a hit, and it, you know, surprised everybody. But let me see. Well, let's go on anyway.
I'm winking at you, gonna make you nothing. Gonna use my arms, gonna use my legs, gonna use my style, gonna use my substance, gonna use my fingers, gonna use my imagination. Oh, 'cause I'm gonna make you see nobody else here, no one like me.
Let's give some clues on this. It's a 2003 romantic comedy drama film written and directed by Sofia Coppola. That is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola that did the Godfather films. Bill Murray stars as Bob Harris, a fading American movie star who is having a midlife crisis when he travels to Tokyo to promote some whiskey. Suntory whiskey. Okay. There he befriends another estranged American named Charlotte, a young woman and recent college graduate played by Scarlett Johansson. Okay, 2003. Let me see something here. Look at IMDb. But it's a really beautifully shot film in Tokyo. If you want to just really see some cool cinematography in Japan. It looks on here, it's interesting. It says Sofia Coppola reportedly left hundreds of messages on Murray's mailbox before he finally called back to discuss her offer to cast him as the star. So even the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, it's not even, she has to struggle to get Bill Murray in a, well, I'm sure if it was Francis Ford, it would have been easier, but yeah, let's just continue the end here.
I'm special, so special. I gotta have some of your attention. Give it to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss.
All right, that is called Lost in Translation, 2003. Now that song, if you don't know it, that's a song by the Pretenders called Brass and Pocket. And if you have not seen the original by Chrissie Hynde and Pretenders, you need to look at that video because that really is a fun Brass and Pockets. Let me see this here. Here, I'll just show you a little bit here. You can't really see me in the little screen here, but look. All right, that's the video, Pretenders, Brass and Pocket. I want to see when that, but that's an epic one if you guys want to. But it's just, she's in like a diner playing a restaurant, but it's pretty. I can't get my phone to go. Why is my phone not going in the right direction? Oh God, guys. Oh, I hate this kind of shit. Okay. Brass and Pocket. I just want to see when this comes out. Okay, this was released in 1979. It won a Grammy Award for Best Rock Performance by a Duo. That's a classic. Written by Chrissie Hynde and James Honeyman Scott. All right, let's go.
Mr. Bob Harris.
Who wants to buy a heart? Oh yeah, one broken lover's heart. One broken heart for sale. Well, excuse me if you see me crying like a baby. Since she rejected me, there's nothing left to save me. Who wants to buy a heart? Oh yeah, one broken lover's heart. One broken heart for sale. Ooh. Hey Cupid, where are you? My heart is growing sadder. That girl rejected me just when I thought I had her. Who wants to buy a heart? Oh yeah, one broken lover's heart. Oh, one broken heart for sale. Oh, well, she would not listen to the things my heart was saying. She turned and walked away and told me I was playing. Some guys have all the luck, but my heart hasn't any. I think I'll paint a sign for sale for a penny. Yeah. Who wants to buy a heart? My poor heart. One broken lover's heart.
Let's stop. This is a musical comedy that came out in 1963. I know I'm killing you with the Elvis movies on this episode, but I couldn't resist. Okay, let me see what this says. In this musical, Mike Edwards, played by Elvis Presley, is a crop duster who loses his plane due to the gambling habits of his partner Danny Burke, played by Gary Lockwood. To get the plane back, the pair thumb it to the Seattle World's Fair, where adventure, fortune, and possibly even love await. 1963. Let's go on.
Yeah. One broken heart for sale. Who wants to buy a heart? Oh yeah, one broken lover's heart. One broken heart for sale.
Hiya, Joe, wake Thelma.
One broken lover's heart. Oh yeah, one broken heart for sale. Who wants to buy a heart? My poor heart. One broken lover's heart. Oh yeah, one broken heart for sale.
All right. That movie is called It Happened at the World's Fair. Came out in 1963. And that song is called One Broken Heart for Sale. Let's continue.
Yeah, it's just...
Bye, bye, Bertie. The army's got you now. I'll try, Bertie, to forget somehow. No more sighing each time you move those lips. No more dying when you twitch those hips.
Okay, let me stop for a moment. Okay. This was a 1963 American musical comedy film based on the 1960 stage production of the same name. It was a musical on Broadway, it looks like. The screenplay was adapted from Michael Stewart's book for the musical by Irving Brecher, with music by Charles Strauss and lyrics by Lee Adams. Now, it's appropriate I followed this after the Elvis movie before, because this movie was kind of based on Elvis going to the army, because there was a character in here named Birdie or whatever that had to, okay, it says the story was inspired by the phenomenon of singer Elvis Presley being drafted into the United States Army in 1957. It's the guy Conrad, who's the lead character Conrad, I don't want to say his last name. I might have already said it, but I might have gave it away. But Conrad, his character name is a word play on a country singer that has the same first, Conway Twitty. That's what Conrad, they based that name on. So I guess Elvis was actually going to be in this film, but Colonel Tom Parker rejected the idea as he did not want Presley in movies that were parodies of himself or his career. Ed Sullivan appears as himself in this thing, but you guys got to see this if you get a chance. Just let's go on to the end, and then I'll reveal.
Your swivel and your sway, your super duper class. There's nothing left to say, but Conrad, you're a gas. Bye bye, birdie. Ta-ta, oh sweetie pie. Bye bye, birdie. Time for me to fly. Time for me to fly. Time to say goodbye. Bye now.
Wow. Anne Margaret is so sexy in that. I mean, you just see how thin she is and how pretty her hair, her skin, her face. I mean, the way she dances, and oh, she a cutie pie. Damn. Let me see this. I gotta just see what's going on with Anne Margaret. Is she? Let's see. Okay. Okay, she's 79 now. She's still alive. She's married to, okay, she was married to Roger Smith from 67 to 2017. Looks like she's been on Law and Order, and she's still done some stuff. Swedish American. Her star sign's Taurus okay. So, but that song, Bye Bye Birdie, see, that was it came out in the musical before it was in the film. But if you get a chance, guys, just watch this film, Bye Bye Birdie. It's pretty interesting to watch. I don't know if you like the old ones like I do, but you can learn stuff from going back to the past. But trying to think of anything I want to say, because we're coming to the end of the episode here. Let me just look and type in this song and see if I can find anything more about this. But you're just right here, you were just seeing the end of the movie. That's just the very end of that 1963 film based off the Broadway musical from 1960. And it looks like the original musical won a Tony Award. So, originally titled Let's Go Steady, Bye Bye Birdie is set in 1958. Okay. The story was inspired by the phenomena of popular singer Elvis Presley and his draft notice into the Army in 1957. The original 1960 to 1961 Broadway production was a Tony Award-winning success. It spawned a London production and several major revivals, a sequel, a 1963 film, and a 1995 production. Okay, I don't need to go any farther than that. But I guess that's it today. I hope you guys were able to guess some of those, or maybe you learned about the ones you didn't know, and maybe I turned you on to something new. Okay, everyone, that concludes episode 3 of Guess That Movie with Jeff Crabtree. I hope you guys learned something today. I sure did. Until next time, this is Jeff Crabtree signing off. Thank you.